Hey everybody, greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is our Layer 4.0, and we're playing our way through some more Final Fantasy. I understand that I'm an hour and a half late. I'm just very tired. It's been a very busy day. I am, of course, once again joined by Spooty Poots today.
Woo!
Ooh,
Me!
as she's been coming along and helping me get through the story. It's always the fucking the hyacinths.
I would move
whatever
them.
these are. No, you wouldn't. Don't you lie to me.
I would. If there was a better spot for them. But there isn't, so I'm not gonna.
It's still perfect.
It's perfect. What we need is for the game to act like the game developers to put a way to log into the house.
Log into the house, or make it so that like when you, but like that when there's an object in the way, that it fades out that object. Because like if I go over here, it's like, bookcase. This is a cool shot. Like I gotta kind of rummage around it, right? Yeah. There we go. Let's get that happy music.
Well, I tried to tuck in the book so that it looked realistic, you know?
Yeah. And then Brave New Companions, Traitor in the Midst. I think Brave New Companions was the last one that we were on.
Was the last one. Yeah.
And that is Alpha Node and his infinite fucking wisdom decided to make a world police.
World police.
Because that's never gone bad. So, there's
a whole movie about how bad it is.
Yeah, there's a whole...
It's called World Police.
It's called Team America. World Police. Oh, God. Just... what a day. Oh, yeah, I briefly tried out that game you sent me. The one about the kingdom.
Yep.
Kingdom, New Lands.
Yeah.
I think it's very fucking cool. I might play this on Saturday.
Right?
Just do a big old stream of this. I only played it for like a little bit, but I was like, oh, this is so addictive. I'm really having a good time with it. This is very fucking cool. And then at any and you don't get to save scum this game. It's like you start and then your only objective is to build a fucking thing. I think you have to build a boat at some point. I'm not sure. I just
basically to get to the next level you have to build a boat and leave, but also the longer you stay, the harder it gets, and the less valuable it is for you to stay as well.
Yeah, like I was certainly noticing at a certain point getting diminishing returns. With all the people that I had there, I was like, yeah, I'm surviving a while. I'm getting like a lot of money, and I can invest that into like people and walls and build new buildings and build like catapults and stuff. I was like, this is really cool. This is very dangerous. There's a lot of dudes coming at night, and we can't stop them. Like we're having a very hard time dealing with that.
Did you ever build any farms?
I got one farm going. I also realized that if you expand too far towards where the merchant guy comes from, it just gets rid of his house, and then he never comes back, and you lose that money in forever. And also if you expand too far in that direction and you get rid of the hobo village that's there, you lose your ability to get more citizens for your town. So I was like,
it's really in depth for such a simple game. Like it makes sense too. Like, well, if you expand past then those people are gone.
Yeah, well, I just imagined that I was like, oh, then they'll just show up in my town, because when I upgraded my town at a certain point, like a bunch of grifters just showed up, and then I recruited them into the village and gave them jobs.
Well,
but
that's
it only
the difference.
did that
Either
once.
You can take over their home, or you can recruit them.
Yeah, but the thing was, it only did it one time. And I think it was because we actually got rid of it was at that time that I was currently like paving over their town. And I got a farm going, and I was like, this is really cool, but Uh,
Farms give you a lot of money, but they take a long time.
yeah, like they were taking a very long time, and like the one hunter guy that I had, who was like the one archer that I had at the wall that was right next to the town, was
Hmm.
making me way more money, like
Yep, because
by
because
hunting
you had like
animals.
a plains or something nearby, and just kept shooting rabbits.
Yeah.
And the only way to keep that archer shooting rabbits is never build out there ever,
Yeah.
because then it would kill the plains and it would kill the
Well,
bunnies, and then
I just went crazy, like deforesting a whole area to see what would happen, and we lost that income. But then, like, I had this archer who would just every time I walked over to him, just like filled my pockets full of money, and I was like,
mm,
"Oh, cool. What about you, farmers? Are you making me any money?" And they're like, come back in a week," and I'm like,
yeah,
"Never mind." So. Having a lot
yeah,
of
no, it's a lot
archers
of fun.
can really benefit you, and it's also like there's no like upkeep per se. Like it's not
Nope.
like, oh, here's a new
Well,
day,
the
you
only
have to
upkeep
pay
is
this
like
much money for all of these people, but
you have
it's
to pay the merchant every day, or else he won't come back with more money.
yes.
But he only requires one coin,
Yeah.
and then you have to upkeep the walls. Upkeeping the walls is better than
Yes.
rebuilding them.
Yeah.
It costs less.
Not only that, but when you send like the merchant out and back and whatnot, just keeping like a lot of archers in your base is going to be good for you, because when the bad guys come and they attack, like your upkeep, quote unquote, every day, the loss of money that you experience is in the amount of people that get killed, sort of like, because they don't get killed, they just get knocked over once and lose whatever item they were carrying, like their bow or their hammer, and then a demon grabs it and runs away.
Yep.
Or they get knocked over again and they lose the one gold coin that you used to recruit them, and then they turn back into a drifting beggar. So
Yeah.
you have to like
Rehire
recruit
them and
them
stuff.
and then give them another job. So it can cost you like a couple of gold coins per person that you
Mhm.
lose. But it's like if you have yourself a situation where you're able to like hold up your defenses at least for the next day or so, then you're not losing stuff, and then the money that you have you can then use to expand and grow more things and do more stuff. So it's cool, but like
Also,
in its simplicity, it also like reminded me a lot of the like King's Quest games, like the
Mhm.
old DOS games,
Oh
just
yeah,
based
yeah,
on
yeah.
like the graphics that they use in it. It's very cool. Like
Mhm.
I'm
And the sound
definitely
effects.
playing that. Um,
Um, the you know how every time you die in that game or you lose,
oh shit.
it's regenerated, as like you get a new flag and you get a new monarch.
Yeah.
It could be feminine or masculine. You
Yeah.
don't get a choice.
It's just
Um,
random, yeah.
It's random, but there is something. The flag, the standard, you can customize
Oh, you can.
permanently if you wish, so that every time you reload, it'll be that flag.
It'll always
You
be
can-
that flag.
Yep, you
Oh,
can
that's
look that up
cool.
later.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I was like after I finished doing the test, I was like, oh, I can just hit new game,
Yep.
and it'll erase my progress. I was like, sure. I kind of borked this run, so like let's try it again. And when I loaded it up, I was like, I'm not dealing with as much. It's like it's a different person entirely. Like it's a different cape color. It's like either a
Yep.
guy or a girl, different skin color, different like thing that's on your flag. I was like,
and like I think different
oh.
color horse or something,
yeah, and I was like,
maybe.
oh, that's interesting. So I like loaded it a few times to see all the different options, and I was like, this is very cool. Like it's unfortunate they don't give you the option to choose stuff, but it's still very cool because like when I started playing, I was playing as like a princess in like a green cape and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is neat. And I just assumed that that's what the game was, that you were just a princess, and I was like, this is very cool. This is very cool. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, hello everybody who's in the chat. I know a lot of people have been saying hi. It's very good to see you all. We have on us today, actually I'm going to start this up. Yeah, I just started. I haven't gotten into anything yet.
Yeah, we just started.
I'm going to start a Regaful. As you can
got a
see,
rifle today?
below my picture, there are 3 games that we currently have going on here. And you can see Eris under the guise of Streamlabs, because Eris is yet to wrestle that title away from Streamlabs. You can see there that the commands that you would need to use to buy your tickets, as well as to see how much money you've got, etc., etc. There is also, as you can see directly below me, the list of games that we have to raffle today. We've got the Yogg, the Witness, and the Window Box. So if y'all want to come out and check that, please feel free. That's right. Yeah, you got 12 Daddy Watt Bucks, Kara. Look at that.
What is this? What is this $2,000 stretch goal? What is that?
Oh, that's a Soma.
What is that? Is that Soma?
It's Soma. So Soma's
Guys,
a game
can
that
we
we
get
have
up there?
that we have on the Epic Game Store. And it's effectively the same. It's made by the same people, I believe, that did Amnesia, except this one takes place underwater. So I hate it even more. And so we're going to have to try to play through that. It's going to be a good time.
It's like 300 the worst.
Yeah, it's so awful. But yeah, we've got 3 milestones set up, which is at 1,000, which is our monthly goal that we want to make to, which we're almost like halfway there. We're 40% on the way to that, and we're only like a week in. But it's a stoned deadly road to Canada. Which, you know what, I'm just going to change that to a stoned road to Canada. Because it's not going to be that deadly.
Like, I mean, come on, it's Death Road to Canada. It's
Yeah.
It's alright.
Like, it's a hard game, but it's not going to be that bad. I'm not going to be doing the, like, what's the word? Like the hard mode that I tried to do the last stream, because it literally was like you get 2 days in and you're fucked. Like every time you try to play, you're like 2 days in, you're dead. 2 days in, you're fucking dead again. I was like, oh, come on.
Kara says you never finished Amnesia.
This is true.
Yeah, because everything's the worst, and fuck that game.
Yeah, things are bad, and why not? Let's not do that. I also didn't want to continue playing it, not only because like we did this stream where I was playing it, but also a lot of people weren't as entertained by it as they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And it's like 8 o'clock is nonstop siren time. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's literally every single day in this neighborhood. It's like 8 o'clock, 8:30, like just sirens, just nonstop, constant,
it's
like
prime time crime time.
Yeah, it's prime crime time. But yeah, so not only were people not as entertained, or because they didn't think I was like reacting as scared as I should be, which like I don't. When I get actually scared, I just get very focused and very serious, and you guys got to see that. And some people thought it was entertaining, some people didn't. But not only that, the game ends with you seeing, like, a naked old man. Full frontal naked old dude. And it's very unflattering. And also, I didn't want to get, like, content struck for having nudity in a game.
You wouldn't.
Which, yes, it was then brought to my attention at a later time, I believe by you, Spoots, that was like...
Yep.
If the game contains nudity, it's not as much of a problem as if the game is about nudity.
Yeah.
So if the game's about nudity, then we're in shit. But
you can play Witcher 3 all day.
Yeah, you can play Witcher 3 all day long. Which
So
I
much
have
sex in that game.
all 3 of the Witcher games, so I may go back and do that at some point.
Oh, boy.
Cool.
I tried so hard to play Witcher 1 and 2.
They are blaring all manner of sirens out there. This is very good. There you go. I'm glad that you guys don't hear them. You would have absolutely on the previous mic. I'm glad that that's not the case now. So yeah, Alpha Node started the World Police. We also met Haroshafant? Horshafant. Lord Horshafant. We met him about dragons. Oh yeah, and then at the end of it, it was like... Remember that dragon place that we all technically live in now? Ishgard? Because I think that's where Mordona is, isn't it?
No,
Is Mordona not in
no.
Ishgard?
Ishgard hasn't opened its gates to outsiders for like 20 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then why do we get, like...
Because we were
Why do we
getting
give a shit about them?
because if in order to be world police, we got to get the world's favor.
Oh, okay. So we have to fucking care about what they think, and that involves Lord Haurchefant.
Yep, because he is part of the Corthus Highlands that is outside the gates of Ishgard.
Okay, so they're outside the gates of Ishgard.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
But then
you
we saw...
are not in Ishgard yet.
No, but then we saw like a little video of inside Ishgard where like the Pope King was hanging out with a bunch of his guards, and the Asian dudes were at like his left and right, unable to be perceived by mortal men.
Anybody.
Yeah. So that was a problem.
Yeah, we don't like. Who knows? He might not even be able to see them.
Yeah, we don't even know if he's aware.
We just know that they
there.
were standing there.
Yeah, that they were flanking him on either side. And so now we go to Traitor in the Midst. Conscious of the many practical difficulties facing the newly founded Crystal Braves, Minfilia asks that you place yourself at Alphinaud's disposal. Find
No.
the
I'll
boy
dispose of-
commander within the Rising Stones and offer him your aid. Yeah, I'm glad that at least someone in this game is acknowledging the fact that he is a child.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 14. Like it's it's not okay. Like
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
Okay.
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
so sit in the echoiest room.
Yeah.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning.
Okay.
Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Ah, why? The Garlean Empire, why?
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Yeah, okay.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
I'm glad that they didn't come to me with discretion. That was nice of them. That they weren't like, we have a secret mission. I'm like, oh, guy, it is. I am not the dude for that. You don't ask the bull in the china shop to be like, hey, we have a secret we need you to quietly convey to these other people. Like, no, that's not my job. Alright.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears.
Okay.
But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who would have imagined, eh?
Awkward. They just walk up and then smile at each other for like a little while in silence, and I'm like, what happens now? like, what's happening? Oh man, honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Graves, yeah.
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not?
What's up?
Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanaland than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah,
Aw.
spare me. I'm no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Hilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no
greater
hero,
good.
then I'm no adventurer, not in this company.
Oh, the greatest good you're ever gonna get.
I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil.
Teleji Adeleji, for those who don't remember, is the tiny little asshole who just yesterday was on and about starting a revolution amongst the working class so that he may consider him like he basically wants a bunch of riots to start between the poor working class and everybody else, so that they will push to have them all moved to Cartno, which is a field way out in the middle of nowhere, and establish a full-time settlement there. He may then pay and use all of those cheap laborers to dig up the Ultima weapon, or the Omega weapon, sorry, from that place.
But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime.
Oh, Planthier got Gunbreaker.
It does me well to see you
It's a
again,
class
old
in this
friend.
game.
Yeah.
When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
And then
I
he
look
pulled the
forward to
trigger.
it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland.
They're from Alamigo.
Mm-hmm.
Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Okay, and yeah, that was it. Coming to terms. Oh, Jesus. Alphinaud has been granted an audience with Sir Imeric, Lord Commander of the Ishgardian Temple Knights, who will be acting... Aymeric.
It's hot.
Who will be acting as a representative of the Holy See. Keen to ingratiate himself, Alphinaud has asked you to accompany him to the meeting as Sir Aymeric. Aymeric?
Aymeric.
Aymeric?
Yep, Aymeric.
The desire to meet the famous warrior of light. Minfilia will surely give you her blessing once she learns of the plan. There are 2 cutscenes. Let's see what's up. Oh, don't worry, Planthier. I'm familiar with how it looks. It was in detail shown to me by Steve and some others who were very excited. Antecedents. I take it Gregor has explained the situation. He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurred all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishtgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. That's the Pope King we saw at the end of yesterday.
Pope King!
Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silvertear Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to the neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartno, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. So they've had their gates closed since before the calamity.
Yeah, the calamity was 5 years ago, and they've had their gates closed for decades.
Jesus. I've tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. What is Alamigo again?
Alamigo's a country.
Is it still a country, or is it, like, fucked now?
It's under Garlean rule.
Ah, that's the Garlean Empire.
Yeah, all of the original refugees outside the gates of Ul'dah were Alamigan refugees. Then also Calamity refugees. Now also Doman refugees. Now
There's a lot of people going there to make a good buck.
or live,
Just
be
not
alive
working out.
in a house.
Yeah. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off within the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think they come to us of the goodness of their own hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths.
Incontrovertible.
You
That's a
exhaust
real
my
word.
Alpha node. Oh, I know it's a word. So is, what is it? I can't remember what starts the word.
What?
It's like the
Bunch of other
longest
words.
word in English.
Oh, yeah.
Like disestablishmentarianism or
Anti-disestablishmentarian.
something.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
That's it. It's like, that's a word, but people don't use it because it's stupid. Like, the Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead. Gregor, I'm impressed that they have such a simple name for that. Our old friend Lord Haurchefant is expecting us. Haurchefant.
Yep.
Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. And then... there is a longer word. The word that describes the fear of long words.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Just like reach over and get ready to palm his head with my hand and then like stomp as people are coming in and like...
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
I like this. I like what's happening over here. Also, hey, she's got the same circlet as me. Same design at the very least.
I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Emmerich.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Fucking doubt it.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
Taciturn? Fuck.
I am not too
Completely
proud to admit that
taciturn.
I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us.
It is very Witcher, this situation that's happening right now.
Now then, shall we begin?
Taciturn. Reserved or uncommunicative
We know
in
full
speech,
well that the
saying
Garleans
little.
will return in force ere long.
It's not our
What
name.
is more, we
No.
have yet to achieve a lasting
No,
victory
I know
over
that.
the primal menace. The
I learned
beast tribes
Taciturn
continue
watching,
to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last.
DBZ abridged. They used it at one point, and I was like, what? And then it's like, yeah, it's a person that doesn't talk much.
Then you take 2 seconds out of your day to Google it because
Yeah.
that's how intelligence works.
That's how
If you
it-
don't know something, you look it up
You look
because
up
you got
stuff.
the internet in your pocket.
Yes, you do. What is more we have yet to achieve? Yeah, the long-lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last.
Ishgard is not
Ugh.
immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Yeah, he's referring to the fact that you can absolutely fight hard versions and extreme versions of the primals. That's lore in the game. Like they keep getting summoned, and they're angrier and stronger every time they are.
And it sucks.
Sucks.
So Ishgard was once a part of the Eorzean Alliance.
Yeah.
And then when Alomigo, or whatever that town is called?
Country.
That country, when that place got taken by the Empire, they just quit out?
Yeah, I believe it was because it was too far away while they were still in, like, having all of their men having to deal with the fucking war with the dragons.
Yeah,
at the
they
same
were
time.
fighting a bunch of dragons and were like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of this. And then they chose not to be a part of anything for a very long time.
Because they were fighting dragons still.
Yes.
The war with the dragons is 1,000 years old.
Indeed. Very good
Once
news.
again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare.
We're currently still fighting dragons.
As for the
You see,
Guardians,
you know,
not ignorant.
hasn't changed.
we have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Yep.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Oh, she's human.
Yep.
Ah.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
I wanted to talk to your friend.
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers.
Oh, the supplies that they sent that were attacked, and then they were like, it's fine, you dealt with, like, you helped us identify the problem, we'll send another thing of supplies, it's whatever. And now he's coming down being like, they don't like that they're sending supplies to you. Huh.
I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Oh.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
Aw, you fucking turd. I know this fucking game. They're just like, we're currently supplying you with some stuff, and I'm gonna stop unless you do some shit for me. It's like, you just, Yeah.
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Soma.
Oh, that would be bad.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
Even with their own problems.
So not only are they like, yeah, no one's gonna come and join your alliance, but we want you to come clean up some shit for us, and we're gonna leverage some shit to ensure that you do that. It's like, I don't like you. Like, oh my god.
I fucking love Amric.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions.
Ho 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 ho.
Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will
You
serve
get
to
roasted by a
demonstrate to your
10-year-old?
countrymen
Yep.
that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
That was fucking scathing, though. And he's just like, unfortunately, we didn't get done what I wanted to get done today, but I also understand that I'm not talking to the person with the authority to make those decisions. It's like, oh. A fucking 10-year-old just scolded you. If my character could fucking talk and just be like, ha.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
Nope.
What is the meaning of this?
Hey, chainmail ears, what's going on?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Well, guess I'll get my axe.
Guess I'll be hitting the old dusty trail.
Well, it stands up.
Alright, I'm out.
Guess I'll have to deal with this. Having discerned Iceheart's true motive for attacking the supply caravan,
Oh,
Alpha Node
did we?
quickly devises a plan of action.
Did we?
You and he will journey to the White Brim front. And
Did we, though?
Yeah, I guess.
Go back to the coming to terms. Is that the last cutscene that you
That
said?
was the last cutscene, yeah.
Dope. Okay, well, let me see.
Yeah, after
there
favoring-
what's the name of the...
You were
What,
hold on, let
quest?
me double check. Like, was that the
No.
that was the last one? Yes,
What
it
were the-
was. Yeah, that was this cutscene.
Alright,
Or
what
was
is
it?
the name? What are the names?
Hold on.
Yes, it was, because then it's like Horsefont and then Alphanode and then Amric and Friend.
Have faith, my friend. You
Yeah.
need only state your case
Okay,
with
cool.
confidence.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, what's that called? What's that
This
quest
is called Coming to Terms.
Terms, and the next one is called...
The next one is called Strength and Unity.
Yeah, okay, so there was. Let me see. The Intercession of Saints. Given the decidedly unfortunate timing of Iceheart's most recent attack, Alphanode cannot help but wonder if the gods themselves are conspiring against them. Yet, even if they were, he would not hesitate to defy them. Follow him to speak with Lord Horsefont to learn more about the heretics' activities. The route taken by the caravan was known only to a few, yet by all accounts the ambush laid by the heretics was executed flawlessly, a fact which does not escape Amaric's subordinate. In spite of this, Alphanode believes that a thorough examination of the ambush site must be conducted before pursuing the avenues of inquiry. One of the knights investigating the scene shares his thoughts with you regarding the attack, speculating that the heretics came prepared with their own wagons to transport the crates. He also makes mention of a squire who survived the attack, who is currently receiving care at the observatorium. With luck, he will have regained consciousness by the time you arrive. The wounded squire's words paint a grim picture indeed. Disguised as pilgrims, Iceheart and her brethren slaughtered the caravan's guards, and the young man who only survived by feigning his own death. As
Fuck.
he lay... Yeah, it's a good tactic.
Yep.
I've
I've used it. It works.
yep, it works. As he lay still in the snow, he heard the heretics speak of Shiva's resurrection, though
Jesus.
the thought of which fills the squire with disbelief and dread in equal measure. Alphinaud must know what the squires saw. Apostate to the Holy See, patron saint to heretics, Shiva lay down with dragons long ago, but she is long dead, and the dead are forever lost to us, are they not? The heretics seem convinced that her resurrection is nigh, but Alphinaud believes it to be something of far worse, the summoning of yet another primal, made possible with the crystals stolen from the caravan. If he is right, Iceheart's plan cannot be allowed to come to fruition.
Okay. So Iceheart is attempting to resurrect Shiva with the dragons, because she used to fuck dragons.
Shiva lay down with dragons.
Yep. She's a dragon fucker. Well, that's okay. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
And that's what's up. There's a whole line of toys that is for that. So we're not going to judge or shame anyone's kinks. We're just going to move right along. Having discerned Iceheart's true motive for attacking the supply caravan, Alphinaud quickly devises a plan of action. You and he will journey to the White Rim front and speak with Lord Drillmont, whose knights have been scouring Korthus
yeah.
for heretics ever since your encounter with them near Snowcloak. With luck, he will have information which will lead you to their lair. Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done.
And he leaves before she gets a word in.
Yeah, and then he just
just tell me about it, bye!
Fucks right off. You guys need any help? No, okay, bye. And it's like, wait.
Wait, yes, there's a list.
There are things. Get back here, you. Yeah, we can push through this. According to Lord Drillmont, the party of pilgrims resembling those who attacked the caravan was seen transporting a large number of crates towards the Snowcloak, where they vanished without a trace. Convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that Iceheart's followers have gone to ground somewhere in the vicinity, Sir Emmerich declares that his temple knights will join in the hunt for Iceheart. Not to be outdone, Alphinaud responds that he has already summoned a unit of the Crystal Braves to White Brim Front for the same purpose. With so formidable a force devoted to the task, the heretics cannot hope to remain hidden for long. Alphinaud, however, would leave nothing to chance and bid you explore other ways in which Iceheart may be found. Okay. Then the Path of the Righteous. Oh, look at that. It's a person and a big crystal. We've seen this many times before. Lord Drillmont fears that the heretics may fall upon the allied forces at Snowcloak before reinforcements can reach them. Lest they be taken unawares, he bids you make haste to the frozen wall and warn Sir Emmerich of the danger. Now, how many cutscenes we got here, too? Alright, so... And this is where I kill and eat you. Secluded in the frozen mountains. God. That is probably one of the funniest things I've ever, one of the funniest stories my brother ever told me. When my brother first moved to Toronto 3 years ahead of me, he got a job, and one of his co-workers, a guy named Chris, older fella, was hanging out with him, and they got along really well, and they got into, oh, let's go wandering and exploring the city, and, let's, go for bike rides out there, and then we'll, smoke cigars or something out by the lighthouse, or blah, blah, blah. Having a good time, living their best life. But on their first, extended outing as friends, they rode bikes all the way out to the lighthouse, and then they're sitting on the rocks by the water like fucking miles from any other people. And they're just sitting there and having a cigar, and he turns to my brother and goes, "And this is where I kill and eat you." And my brother, without saying anything, pulls a hatchet out of his coat that he just had on him, like a small axe. He just like takes it out and puts it on the rock next to where he's sitting, and the guy is just like, whoa, no, I was kidding. That was a joke. I was joking. And he's just like, I know. I am prepared. So I came prepared. Like,
Yeah, it sounds like me.
he just
Sounds exactly like me.
like doesn't say anything, just takes an axe out and puts it down and just looks at him. Like, puts it down against the rock. He's like, whoa. I was like, that's amazing. It was very funny. They told me that story when I first moved to the city. I got a good laugh out of it. But yeah, so that's something I come to say every now and then. This is where
So
I kill
good.
and eat you. It must be
So
here.
good.
I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. They will not hear you scream. Oh, it's snow. I thought there was just, like, ambient glitter at
Glitter
all times
around.
around him.
You would have noticed well before.
Yeah, I was like, is this a new thing, part of this patch? Alphinaud just has ambient glitter at all times.
Oh, I guess he leveled up to a 9-tiered.
Yeah, he's a first degree twink. At all times is glittering. Confound it, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, and when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Huh? Oh! Come here, girl! Ba-ba-boom! Nice. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Hey, Ida. How's it going?
They were 20 feet from him.
Only my pride, Ida. Yes. Quick, capture that little girl. He's just like... Like,
He
hey,
does have a twin sister.
He does have a twin sister, and I'm just like folding my arms like, hey, you dress like that. That's not nobody's fault but yours that you wear fucking glitter lip balm at all times.
No. That's dangerously close to a thing people say.
What?
Asking for it by the way you're dressed.
Oh, that's true. You know what? That's a very good point.
Take about 20% off of that.
Yeah, take
I know what
20%.
you were talking about.
True.
I know what you were saying. But,
True.
But back up.
Okay.
Reevaluate.
That's fair. That's fair. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given similarly warm welcome. Commander Levelieu! Ah, the little ones have caught up.
I mean, it must be cold, though. It's fucking cold out.
Like, wear the mini skirt if you want, but like, I don't know who you're trying to. I don't know who that's for if it's not for yourself.
They make fleece tights. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. They most certainly do. I've seen lots of folks wear those to clubs. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrance to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies an entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in.
Alphinaud can cross-dress if he wants to.
You are absolutely correct. Kara, Alphinaud can cross-dress if he wants to.
If this is even cross-dressing, this is a completely different universe.
This is also true.
Like-
Like, there's a, like, if I put on, like, a wig and a bunch of makeup and then wore a very nice dress and, like, shaved my legs and everything, and then someone was just like, "Excuse me, miss," as I, like, walked into a shop, it's one of those situations, right?
Yeah.
That, like,
there is...
assaulting somebody, there's no excuse for that. But, like, mistaking somebody, I feel is a thing that happens.
Yep.
Like, and
as a random onlooker, they have an excuse.
Yes. And it's not like, I feel at the very least...
Until they are corrected, they have an excuse.
And I know that there's people that do this, but yes, until they are corrected, they have an excuse. I feel that it's unfair to very convincingly pass in one direction, and then when someone mistakes you for such a thing, that you get mad at them for it.
Yep.
Like, that's...
Especially just starting out. Like, a lot of trans folks are really upset. Like,
there's a trans person, it's like, they very convincingly pass as the gender they now choose, and if somebody gets it wrong, they get mad. Or if somebody who's just a regular old cross-dresser is, like, wearing a dress and the whole thing, and someone's just like, "Excuse me, miss," and they're like, "Hey, fuck you."
Yeah.
It's like,
what
was this for, then? Like, what was...
correct them, and then that's it.
Yeah, like you...
It's the second thing that the person says that you should get mad over.
Yes.
It's the second thing.
Yes.
If you correct them, and then they persist, then you can be mad.
Yeah, you'd be like, "I'm actually a dude." They'd be like, "Oh, sorry," and
okay, sorry, man.
And then go about their business. But like,
then it's fine.
Yeah, like, don't convincingly pass and then get mad if people mistake you for the thing that you're doing. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, be reasonable. Oh, Papa Lamo's here. A moment, Alpha Node. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. I don't get to say that often. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here in the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. And that is just the most important business. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more of a hindrance than help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Looks like it's up to you again. Ahem, a change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, for Papalymo will sulk. That's true. Eris handled Alpha Node's name pretty well, considering. Does this get into a dungeon? It does. Okay, cool. The Path of the Righteous.
Now I will watch to make sure that this isn't.
Is this a part of the?
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure if this is after it now. God damn it. Yeah, skip the cutscene and go back to the.
It's just the two
journal?
of them. Yeah, like it's this one and the other one are the only two.
I need to see the journal. Like,
the Path of the Righteous is what it's called. And then Snowcloak can be accessed via the duty free at a certain point. I found the tunnel's entrance, even with now appearing, it's nothing more than continuous. A piece of ice or dangers lie within Iceheart's secret fortress.
Okay, so yeah, you could probably do the cutscene.
Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, that's okay.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Like that. Our own allies will become an obstacle. Alpha Node, is that not the first line in your character bio? Obstacle of the highest order. Who speaks to me?
Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
Uh-huh. Help me out.
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Hey, you wear white lipstick. So, you know.
This
Mind if I
endless
ask
cycle
you a
of
question?
hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow.
Can I have
You
your
would
number?
see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
So, now, see, is your bringing an end to it just by killing the opposition? Is that your solution, or do you actually want to stop the conflict?
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
The greater good.
For Eorzea. For Hydaelyn.
Excuse? So summoning primals is in the best interest of Eorzea and Hydaelyn? What? I mean, I feel like the primals wildly disagree.
I feel like the primals don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, not only that, but Ifrit was like, I can't temper you, you're disgusting, you are touched by the Hollow One. Wah.
Yeah.
Wah.
Alright, now Snowcloak.
Now we're doing that snow cloak actions. We're gonna close that first. Alright.
Duty.
It's
Finder.
duty time. Time to gear up.
Duty, 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 doo. Where is it? Fucking goddamn it. Where is it? Snowcloak. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, that's... Readying up for battle is not a thing? What's
Oh,
that?
yes it is.
Readies
It
for
absolutely
battles.
is. You just have to do a side quest for it.
Oh, okay. That's what that's up.
Yep. Snowcloak.
He's one of those estimated rebel.
And me!
Yay! Doing ourselves a little bit of snow cloak. Okay. Alright.
Hold on, I gotta write my book.
That's okay. Let's do this.
It's a dungeon. Haven't been in a dungeon in a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've done a dungeon.
Oh no, they're after me.
Hey, big fella. Well, okay then. Provoked. And also you, though. Thank you. Thanks for buffs.
Galvanized. Oh, it's a little chilly in this dungeon. You guys feel a draft?
Zip.
People are enjoying the music. Yeah, the music in this game is amazing.
Yeah, this is super zen.
Oh, Kara says hi, Warden. Oh wait, you're in chat. Never
There's
mind.
a white bear. It's a bear! Big bear don't care. Drops a tiny key.
And chucks it to Gregor. So
Oh,
Gregor
thanks.
can open the door.
Open the door to silence.
There was no actual mechanic.
No, I didn't think so. I was like,
We're light
that's not
rollers,
a
remember?
Yeah. My God. Oh, hey, there's a
First
guy.
boss.
Wandle.
Wandle.
Wandle?
Weendle.
Mr.
Wandle.
Wandle. Alright, here we go. Hoopla!
He's fucking cool though, look at him.
Yeah, that's a very cool looking dude.
Giving them wops.
Give me them big womps.
Yeah? There, have a bigger heal.
Thank you.
Oh, you got cattle eyes. Oh.
That's okay.
Double healing.
Watch out. Careful. It's chilly out there. Run!
Oh, I got it. I got hit by it.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm
Okay, good. Rough and tough. Blah, blah. Obtain some tombstones. Interesting.
tombstones.
Tombstones.
It's a type of currency to buy gear.
Oh, I got it. Hello? Oh! Jesus!
It's a good game.
Ah, there's another one!
Yep, be careful.
That's okay.
They hit like fucking trucks. Stay in this bubble.
Copy. I'm okay.
Very fine.
And then, okay. Alright. It's windy!
Yep, sure is.
Real windy.
In that spot, yeah.
Is it only windy in this spot?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of this. There we go.
Yeah, look how windy it is.
I was expecting it to, like, shove me, but then it didn't. I was like, oh, I guess it does nothing.
Frostbite. No, it does.
nothing.
It chunks of your health.
Yeah.
It doesn't do nothing. I also cut healing just so you'd notice how much fucking damage he did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did notice. I was like, oh, I'm losing a lot of health. What's going on?
That wind sucks. I was teaching you about your positionals.
Real windy. Whoa. We're okay. Okay, I'm gonna get your attention, and by virtue, I'm gonna get... Come on. Your attention.
Two Daddy Watt bucks.
Yes, you do.
It's from watching a stream.
Yep.
And you folks at home too can get Daddy Watt bucks just for watching a stream.
That's right. Every stream watched, every 3 hours you get... They give it to you.
Daddy Watt bucks.
You get a Daddy Watt buck.
Which can be used for raffles, right?
That's right. So watching enough streams, even if you don't have any income, watching enough streams will give you a chance to get in on these ragafuls.
Ooh. There you
Look
go.
at that
see?
Yeti.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
This guy has a mechanic.
This fucking dude. Yeah, what do we need to worry about?
We gotta throw snowballs at him.
Do I need to throw snowballs at him, or do you need to throw snowballs at him?
Everybody but the tank has to throw snowballs at him. But
Copy that.
you, as a tank, need to position him so that he makes snowballs.
Oh. Okay. So I
Yep,
just gotta get him near some snow?
No, there will be ads that pop up. You and he will do a quarter of the map, the quarter of the arena AOE, and you have to hit the ads with that AOE.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Let's try this out. Let's see how we do.
You should make the snowballs bigger by continuously hitting the ads with that AOE, or the snowballs with the AOE.
Oh, like that guy.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, maybe it's not a quarter,
just
but still.
missed him. No, that got him.
But he might break the snowballs with that AOE.
Oh, copy that. Well.
That big old guy will not be turned into a snowball.
Oh, dang. Nope.
And the snowball is broken.
Here's open. Let's... Ah, dang it. Ah, jeez. Y'all want to come over here? Yeah, there you go. That's two. Fun. All right, and then...
Oh, that's one.
Oh, he's got two.
Oh,
next
no,
to his
okay.
feet. Yeah.
I know, I thought he was going to hit it.
Eh.
Now turn him again. Oh, yeah. You want to make the snowballs bigger.
Yeah, there's these little... Oh, we can make him bigger.
Yeah, with that AoE. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Get the... There we go. Hit him with the snowballs. When he does that big ol' AoE, you hit him with the snowball then.
Alright.
And the bigger the snowball is, the more damage is done to him, as we can barely do any damage at all to the Yeti otherwise.
God damn.
We have to kill him with the snowballs.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Except the thing is, every time I try to like position him so that the little Spriggan ice cutters are like in front of him, then they move and run away.
Yep.
Ah,
The game,
crap.
the game is getting more difficult as the game progresses, you know?
I have been frozen. I did not know that would happen. There we go. I'm good. All right. Oh no. Crap.
We got a big snowball going.
Oh, you got a big snowball going. That's good.
Don't let him break it. Oh,
There we go.
good, good,
More
good. Yes,
snow
yes,
for
yes.
you.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Whoops. Bagosh.
Look how much damage that did.
Abushki.
That did a lot of damage.
Oh, I get it. There was a snowball here, and then it went away.
The big one or the little one?
There was a tiny one.
Ah, you
I
probably
think I might
hit
have
it.
hit it by accident. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. I'm slowly. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I
It's
told you
like-
the mechanics. I'm not telling you how to do it.
Yeah. An even bigger snowball.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna catch any of them. No, it's not. Okay. You can get these dudes though. Wonk. Whoops! Oh, I got caught in that. Well,
Whoopsie.
I don't know how to get out of this.
Just wait.
Come on, there we go. Yeah, over here. There you go,
You
buddy.
got snowball, buddy.
Whack. Boosh!
I've been doing the most damage to him.
Yes, you have.
And
Come on.
here.
Show me that big icy breath of yours. There it is. Oh, and he's got another guy. Whoops. Now, if I hit that ball, will that just... Oh, no, he's going to break it. Fuck. Oh, no, he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't.
Good for us.
I think it's just the small ones that he can break. Oof.
Blair. Oh, thank goodness.
You don't need any
Far
of this.
too old and rusted. Yeah, okay, agreed. Antique helm.
There's the tokens for gear.
Oh, okay. Old gear tokens.
Yep. I said you didn't need them.
That's okay.
It's fair.
Come along, tiny ice friends.
You won't need gear until level 70.
Not if I'm gonna continue playing
Oh,
this guy.
yeah. You're gonna be a Dark Knight, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get out of the
true,
way,
true,
whatever
true,
that
true,
is.
We can run you through, like, we can level you up to Heaven's Ward level real fast once you get Dark Knight.
I appreciate
We
that.
can get it, yeah, we can get it done in like a day.
Okay, do we go up this way? Yes. This is the direction that we go, I think. Oh, Jesus. Hello. Can I help you? Oh, yep. Alright, well, bring it on. As the kids are wont to say, come at me, bro. Whoops. Whew. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Alright, well. Oh, God, that thing is just ugly beyond measure.
I love him. You leave the gator alone.
Looks like some Todd McFarlane shit.
I love it. First time I saw those kinds of gators was in Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, cool.
Which made me very happy because my character's backstory is from places in Final Fantasy XII.
Snowclops! Ah. Oh, she's a biggin'. Is it now done? Alright, somebody get in that treasure coffer. Jesus. You come this way. Come, Chevy. More! More!
Tanks always do this here. That's the worst.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because each one of those dragons does unavoidable AoE.
Unavoidable chin move! Unavoidable chin move! But those healing skills exist.
Now we're good.
Yeah. Nice. Checking the map. Yeah, we're going the right way. Door to Oblivion.
Yeah, we must be going the right way.
It's like, sounds like the right way to me. Oh, I guess the cutscene does take place after.
Whoopsie.
That's fine.
Well, either way.
So we go into these caves. This is us going to these caves to fucking deal with some shit. And then Dragon Wolf shows up. Rawr. And there's Tonberry doing a little...
Yeah, it's an
step
apt
dance.
description for Fenrir.
Fenrir. Dragon
Yeah, I never do that because you taught me right for this dungeon, Spooty. Yeah, thanks, Esbane. I taught him to pull half the room. I taught Doc none of the such because I was expecting us to get fucking white.
And,
I guess my heals are too good.
Away we go.
Yeah, so there's a mechanic for this.
Yep.
I'd put a chunk of ice between you and him.
Oh, it's that. Okay.
It's a common mechanic.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna drop down some ice, and then he's gonna do a thing, and you gotta hide behind some ice in order to make
One of
that
them's
happen.
gonna be the wrong ice.
One of them's gonna be the wrong ice, huh?
Yep.
That's not good. Oh, careful. Alright, are we getting ready to hide behind the ice?
Actually, two of them are the wrong ice. Yeah, yep.
Oh, jeez. Like now? Are we getting now?
No, actually, no.
Okay.
If it was now, he would be, like, charging up a thing.
That ice looks like it's... Okay.
Yeah, it blows up. No, he would be charging up a thing.
The ice looks like it was charging up a thing for a hot second.
It was.
Alright.
The ones that blow up, there we go.
Critical mass. Wham. Wham. Ding. Wham.
That thing.
That thing. Ah. Alright. I'm okay.
Esbane's dead.
And there we go. Estebane's dead?
Yep. He didn't get behind the ice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, remember how much damage that did to you? He's not
Oh,
a
right. I'm a tank. I was like, what are you talking about, Estabane? Like, that did damage to me, but not like that much damage. Like, what happened?
You're a tank.
You're a tank. Right. Right. I'm designed for that. Kind of hard to tell when he's... Oh, no, this is not one of those things.
Every other one.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to do, like, a rotation where I did a bunch of shit. Whoops.
Yep.
Watch it.
And that's why I refuse to put a DPS parser on this game. Because the mechanics will always matter more than your rotation.
Yup. Okay, is he charging? Is that his version of charging?
Yep.
mean...
Well, there was a long cast bar, right?
I completely missed it if there was. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was.
Everything is big. Biggie Smalls. Wang, wang. Alright. There we go. Bonked him on the snoot. Bleh. Why do they do that? They're like, everybody holsters their weapons in unison. Everyone cheers except you. You do not cheer. You cheer separately. Like, what?
To make you feel better about your character?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, though. It makes me seem so, like, outside, I guess. There's like a part of me that's like, you are not a part of this group. They are all friends. They are not friends with you. It's like, but I want to cheer with everybody else. Like, no, you cheer separate. You cheer after. I'm still getting used to DPS positioning. It is a thing.
because Esteban's a tank main.
Yeah, like, it is a thing that happens to everybody, so don't you worry.
No, I don't tank.
Well, no, but, like, if you switch, you know...
Tank positioning and healer positioning are... Or, like, DPS positioning and healer positioning are the same.
Yeah.
Basically. Alright, so after Snowcloak.
So after... Tendrils of Intrigue, I think, is where we are. No, Path of the Righteous is I think, where we're at. No, we just did that. That was Snowcloak right there. Yeah, and then she was like...
Strength and Unity?
This is our own thing. So for the greater good is now our next thing. What we do for the greater good. The words of a true believer, spoken in all solemnity by the woman once known as Isael. It is plain, though, that she will not be swayed from her path. Though weary of your previous encounter, you prepare yourself for battle, only to see your foe make instead for the nearby Aetherite and teleport away. Iceheart has eluded you. Though you failed to apprehend Iceheart, you have driven the heretics from the lair. Hopefully Alphanode will take comfort in a partial victory. Alphanode receives your report with surprising optimism, turning his thoughts to now recent events might contribute to the Crystal Braves' good repute. Repute being short for reputation. Of course, everything is contingent upon the successful prevention. God, I don't know why words that I know are just like, this is a complete fucking mystery to you. You would never know what this says. But yes, of course, everything is contingent upon the successful prevention of Shiva's summoning. But with the aid of the Scions, you in particular, the young commander is confident that all will turn out as it should. For the greater good. The greater good. God. Alright. How much knowledge has been lost over the centuries? Over a millennia? And how differently would we view the world had we better understanding of its past? Little is known of Shiva's life and deeds, yet the heretics venerate her as a saint. Sir Emmerich's ancestors are said to have founded Ishgard by the will of Halone. Yet he admits the scripture... Halone. The scripture only tells so much. Ultimately, however, the details of his people's war with the dragons are irrelevant. Regardless of how the conflict began, it is destined to continue unless Iceheart's plan succeeds, which the Scions cannot allow. While Minfilia and the others search for a means to breach Iceheart's sanctuary, you are to assist Yu Haze and the 3rd Unit Braves in tracking down the heretics who attempted to ambush the Allied forces.
Yu Hase's a Lalafell, could you tell?
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. Naming conventions are pretty fucking steep.
Yep. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. Fortemps. I trust your time there provided you fruitful.
Yeah, I got a coat.
Yeah, I got this nice coat. Can't be walking around in skimpy clothes all fucking day, Alpha Node.
How dare... Hold on. First of all, how dare you? That's all.
First of all, how dare you? That is it.
That is all. End
Would
of
that it
list.
had. Ranger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Sorry. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She laid down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. She fucked a dragon. Folks got mad about that. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon.
Now, are we talking like D&D dragons where they could be people-shaped, or... Because, like, I mean, if they could be people-shaped, I'd be down, but, you know.
It was considered a holy act when she did it because they can take people's shape, and that was a fucking miracle that she survived.
Honestly, I'm impressed.
Everyone was impressed. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Forton. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries. A lot of concern. Though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstances or design. So maybe they fucking did themselves a good old-fashioned book burning. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that the tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. Him and his mitts are gonna run off. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone? Halone, that your ancestors came to this land, why they took up arms against the Dravanians? Why would they have... what would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a... renunciation of free will. Okay, I was like, am I reading renunciation, or is my brain being mean to me?
Don't worry. Between the two of us, we can read all of these words.
Yeah, God.
I got it too. Don't worry, buddy.
I'm very sorry for the folks at home.
I don't know if you've ever watched me read this fucking game out to people. A game that I've played before.
Yeah. I haven't, unfortunately. Yeah, if it is much the same experience as I, then I commend your efforts.
You're better.
Thank you.
You're doing better.
I'm glad you think so. That unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. Smart. It's like, being a religious zealot may be nice for, frontline soldiers, but if I'm going to be leading people, then I need to be smarter than that. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era. The scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. Ooh. He's just like, the reason it doesn't tell us much is because you guys kept burning shit.
Did they, though?
Yeah. Was there a good old-fashioned book burning, or?
I don't think so.
That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See.
I mean, like, you don't have to have a book burning in a country that solely worships one god.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
How many book burnings are there in the Vatican? If everybody's of like mind, then there's no reason to lash out at your people.
True. I imagine that there weren't many book burnings after the heretics were purged.
Yeah.
Because they had all these dragon followers and stuff, and I think that's what Alphanode was like driving at when he said would that it were, was just like, you know, if only you guys kept better records of your enemies, because then we might know something about them, but it seems
Or maybe he's just fucking salty that he doesn't know as much as Aemric does about their enemies.
Yeah, that is
Aemric's
also
not letting
perhaps
on
a
as
play.
much.
Yeah, then Emmerich's playing his cards a little close to his chest, it seems. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being Good King Mughal XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughals' guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menphilia. They have them both in abundance. What? Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume that she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without a means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlayan may be able to assist us. Charlayan? Charlayan. I pray that you're right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. We good English. Much we do, yes. That's right, Calandros. Okay, so she got away. And that's what's up. Tendrils of Intrigue. And we got 3 cutscenes here.
Yeah, the less, if you click up at the top, where it says 7th Astral Era main scenario quests.
Yeah.
The next one's Heavensward, so that's it.
So
we're the thing you're scrolling through is it.
Yeah, like I'm just because I keep thinking we're like getting to the last page, and it's like nope.
This this is the last page.
Well, but I mean like the last leg of these things, like from the bottom to here. And I keep thinking that we're gonna be getting into that, and it's like no, there's like another, like just a few more.
It's okay. We're good.
And then we'll get there. At the observatorium, Ilbert furnishes you and Alphanode with a progress report on his hunt for the Ivy. It is revealed that one of the Imperial spies' confederates, a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll, has been selling secrets to the merchant you apprehended, who had in turn been passing the information to the heretics. Yet even as this revelation explains how the heretics came to possess knowledge of the caravan's routes, it raises the question of how they and the Imperial agents might be connected. Could it be a purely financial arrangement, or something more worrying? Whatever the answer, Ilberd seems very confident that he is drawing closer to discovering the Ivy's identity. After issuing the captain further orders, Alphanode bids you accompany him to an emergency meeting between Alliance leaders. Speak with him again to be informed of the particulars. So they found out how the fucking dragon-worshipping heretic people had been getting information from us. So we apprehended a merchant, and there was somebody in the Immortal Flames that was stationed at Revenant's Toll, so nobody within our ranks immediately. But an Immortal Flame stationed at Revenant's Toll was getting information, selling it to a merchant. That merchant then passed it on to the heretics, so that's how that happened. But yeah.
The grand companies are huge. There's a lot of people in them.
No, precisely. But the Immortal Flame, who was stationed at Revenant's Toll, who was selling these secrets, is also an Imperial spy. So he's a spy for the Garlean Empire. And everybody's like, let's hope there's not as thick a connection there as it looks, because
we're hoping that they're just there looking for money.
Yeah, because that would fucking suck. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I still got my big axe on.
Yeah.
Pardon me and my table.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
Just like fucking back off, or I'm gonna hit you with this sharp coffee table on a stick. Me and this door are gonna have words. Okay.
The rumors are true then? The War of Succession is ended?
Ah, shit. I was really hoping that would go on longer than this. Buy us more time to rebuild and whatnot. Fuck.
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Fuck.
Who?
Ya mum. Somebody's smoking some of that good kush. And I feel bad that I'm being left out.
It's Warden.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign.
Okay. So one of their military geniuses, Solus Zosgalvis, is the guy that they're talking about. Some of the members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign.
Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
So Solus was the emperor, died. His eldest son was supposed to inherit it, but then he also died. That's not good. Wow.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Look at this fucking dude right here.
Yeah, okay, so the fucking, the generals, you thought they looked crazy.
Yeah, holy.
Imagine the royalty.
God. I thought they were royalty. I was fucking wrong. Oh, damn.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Fuck. Oh, you can still see it. He really hawked one on there.
Yep. Well, it's silk, right? So.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna stain.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Oh, it's the hat.
You gonna wear the hat?
There it is.
Indeed. Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
Okay, so the guy who was technically succeeding by blood was not as popular as a military general, whom people believed should succeed instead. And thusly, I believe the War of Succession probably broke out
young
over that.
Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Young. Young Varus. Whoosh. Respect.
That hat is Estebane's arch nemesis.
The silliest hat? Now that's an ugly hat. He didn't skip everything day.
Given the troubled nature of his succession,
Oh,
the
yeah.
new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
It's fine. It's fiberglass. It's light.
Yeah, fuck. You gotta have, like, fucking thick-ass neck in order to wear some shit like that made of metal and have it not go all over the damn place.
I wore 20 pounds of steel plate mail, and oh boy.
Yeah, the fucking wizard hat that I used to wear to LARP was like 20 pounds. And I wore that shit on my head. And people would be like, oh, that's a cool hat. Can I wear it? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I just hand it over
please.
to them. And then they're just like, cool. And they put it on. They're like, oh, it's heavy. My neck. How do you do this? I'm like, you gotta be fucking strong, man. Learn to turn your head with fucking conviction. Scrubs.
I've worn that hat. It's not as heavy as that armor was.
No, the fucking plate mail is a nightmare. In, like, the small amounts of plate that I've worn since I've started playing a fighter has been, like, it's noticeable. And it compounds over time. You will never love a chair more than when you are wearing plate.
Yep. I'd have to take off my my hip armor, and anytime I wanted to sit down.
The design document for that hat goes, we want a Jewish yarmulke with a castle on top of that that's being mounted by a dragon with an eagle on top and a pair of giant ram's horns.
But it's got to be anchored to your head by a yarmulke.
Yeah, a fucking yarmulke, though. Yeah, because I did notice when they, like, put this big fucking apparatus on his head that, like, the base with which it sits on his head was alarmingly small. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how heavy it is. You make one wrong move and that thing goes flying off you. Like, yeah, plots to make a replica of that hat to wear the next time she sees Estebane. If you make one, I will wear it. And he's just gonna be just stomping around a convention being like, I dare you to find a sillier hat than this. To just, like, anyone who will listen.
I dare you.
Yeah, just like,
some random asshole, I dare you.
Stranger on the street, I fucking dare you. Guys, like, please, I don't have any money.
Oh, this isn't about money.
Yeah, this is about respect. Oh, fuck. No, but I got, like, mad respect for a dude that wears shoulders and a cape that fucking big and a head and a hat that silly. Like,
yep.
I got respect, man. I'm sorry, like. So the dude that took the crown wasn't the uncle. It was the general. Right? Is that what we established?
It was the general, but the general was also still related.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next succession by blood was this uncle person.
Yeah,
but then there was a
like,
very
nah.
respected general who was like, nah, I'm going to do it because people like me for my military shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to take him some time to get his fucking feet wet, but...
Since the success of Operation Archon, The remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions.
Really? After we, like, bungle-fucked their operation, they've just fortified themselves inside the ruins of Alamigo, and that's it?
No. Not ruins of Alamigo. It's occupied.
I thought we fucked that place. Or was
Alamigo?
the place that we blew up, was that somewhere else?
That was in Eorzea. That's like... Eorzea is a continent. Alamigo is not a part of that continent.
Oh! Oh, I thought that was the area in the middle. That was like a kingdom that was in the middle that was occupied by them.
Nope, it was a fortress.
Oh, okay, so... I thought that's what he was just like, yeah, they've decided to fortify their position, so I'm just like, in what? Like,
what, that crater?
Yeah, like, we left that place a literal smoldering crater when we left. Like, what do you fucking bunker down in a crater? What's wrong with you? Get out of here!
Alamigo is an occupied country outside of Eorzea.
Okay, so they're out there. So they basically, after we fucked up all their shit here, they fortified their position there. And I imagine Alamigo is, like, their closest launching point to Eorzea.
I assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close. It's like the distance between, like, Canada and Russia.
Oh, okay. Like, across the North Pole? Canada to Russia, or...?
No, like, let's say, west.
Okay.
Not, like...
Yeah, okay, so, like, Alaska to eastern Russia.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
okay, yeah. I forgot that Alaska wasn't Russia.
Yeah.
But yes.
Like, so, yeah,
And
okay.
Alaska,
So it's like,
Canada.
it's a different continent, but it's
between
not
Alaska
far.
and Russia, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we consistently forget that Alaska is not a part of Canada, technically, but like, there's all of 12 people who live there who give a shit, so, like... Yeah, you gotta be really secure to wear an outfit like that. It's like Darth Vader married a wedding cake.
Oh, hey, how dare you, bitch about, like, how dare you say that about Hades and Persephone?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how dare you shit on wedding cakes like that?
Hades and Persephone were, like, the best Greek couple.
Oh, yeah, they had so much grandeur.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Hades technically stole his wife, but that's kind of what gods did. They just did that. It was...
Yeah. I mean, stole
but
was also a
was like,
very loose definition.
Yeah.
Considering he lets her go home every year.
Fucking Hades
and
is like...
she comes back every year.
Hades was probably like, hey, can I kidnap you and make you my wife? And Persephone was like, yeah, sure, alright, let's do this.
Yeah, it's like, okay. I'm not doing anything today.
Yeah.
Like, sure. And then she's like, I need to go home, because I gotta go see my mom. And she's like, okay. It's like, I'll be back though. It's like, okay. It's like,
love you.
And then she get like every year she goes home and then comes back. Like it's
she scritches Spot and then leaves.
Yep. Alaska, like Arkansas, but with snow. Arkansas
Basically.
to some.
But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their emperor gives the word.
Yeah, so...
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Ooh.
Really?
Like, that's how badly he wants Eorzea under Garlean rule. That he knew that fucking...
He didn't want to drop a fucking meteor on it.
Yeah.
He was like, no, mine.
No.
Huh.
Plainly, the new Emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald.
Okay. Oh no, but the Cartano thing is really important. I don't...
Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemy's ambitions.
That is true. If they join the table, then, you know, the Empire might rethink their campaign to take this place over. Everybody's doing my thing. Everybody's like, nodding. He comes around to Gregor.
Well, I
looks over at
suppose we should
Alphinaud.
be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows?
Some
They may
uncomfortable
even do
anime
something about
sound.
it.
Yeah. Just like... push. Oh, yeah, so... Well, I mean, like, yes, it's nice that they're acknowledging that the Imperials might be back at some point, but, like, we have... Like, our plate is not empty right now. There are things on our plate that we need to deal with that I feel is important, and I feel like no one else is paying
If
attention
only
to
the
this.
leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Yeah, the Empire is a fucking issue.
Chasing Ivy.
Chasing Ivy. So yeah, they're like, with the fact that all this shit that's going down with Ishgard was involving Imperial spies, we're gonna need to now deal with that. The thing with Cartno, though, is like a very front and center issue for me, because that's bad. They're literally causing riots, and they're going to continue causing riots and other bullshit until things, you know, either go their way or get shittier, I guess. I'm not sure. Things will get worse if nobody pays any attention to that. I feel like they're going to stop paying attention to it. It's going to bite us in the ass. Ilbrid reveals that the Ivy is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Roily? Raubon's second in command. Oh, that's gonna suck. He believes that she has come to Gridania with treachery in mind, and means to catch her in the act. Join him in watching her every move. Let's see how that goes. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal such and such, Raubon's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest-ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raubon chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise much as a murmur of protest when she was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? Or that they're in on the whole Imperial thing? But these relations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is her presence here now. Excuse me. Oh god, so gassy. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the immortal flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Roban attended the Council of Alliance leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trolling the Flames records for evidence of her guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, then we shall have the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes? You have my thanks. Let's go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Yep. Okay. May have revealed herself in the room of the roost. Oh yeah, so you keep following her. It would seem that none of the Crystal Braves stationed around Gridania have seen her. Report your findings to Ilbrid, who awaits you at the Aetheryte Plaza. Just when it seems though your quarry has eluded you, a shinobi of Doma appears with word that she has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. Your hunt will now take you to the East Shroud. Having thwarted the Garleans' attempt to destroy the jamming device, you are now free to resume your pursuit. So there was a Garlean jamming device stopping you from chasing after her, but then we destroyed it, and now we continued. To the Hawthorne Hut in the East Shroud, and report to Yugiri.
There was a quest between those two that it's just like, follow her and follow her. Oh man, she's so fucking hard to find. And then you follow her.
And then you follow her some more. And then we arrive at a hut. We catch up with the person.
Oh, you caught up with Yugiri?
Yeah, Yugiri was helping us out. Yeah, sure, let's send the guy wiring an entire school bus and wielding a Chesterfield for a weapon to sneak around and follow someone.
Right.
Clank, 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 clank. Hold
Send
on.
in the tank to do spy work.
Just let me sneak after this person. I'm just gonna take a quick jaunt through the woods.
Oh my god, I'm getting LARP flashbacks of fucking annoying. Okay, I can do this. No, you can't. You don't even know how to whisper.
Yeah, you don't even know how to whisper. You're fired already. Like, right out of the gate. No.
You're fired upon asking. Stop.
Yeah, no, you're done. Just beyond, Rael is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer, an imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Gotta catch him in the act. What's up, bitches? Flame Marshal Eileen Rael, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool! Damnation! Do not make me fight you. Oh, nice. Oh, you're in shit now.
And now it is evident that the people that Yugiri came off the boat with were all fucking ninjas.
Yep. Huh. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. If you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. I mean, you know my towering reputation. I would not recommend it. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelves Wood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then. Very well. If you do think something is to say... if you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Ooh. That stare, though.
Ooh. Give her the name Iceheart. It was her.
It was her. It was her all along. Dark, turn off your axe. I can't. I'll lose my place in the book.
Press C.
What?
Press
C?
C.
Oh, hey, there it is. Glamour.
Oh, yeah, no, alright.
Yeah, you can't do it when I got the book open. Womp womp. Yeah, she's a champion in her own right. Imagine how bad it was when I did these quests before the armor. I'm the size of a school bus. Okay, yeah, so... And then, yeah, with the Dormer's aid, you've apprehended her while acting in the act of meeting her Imperial contact. Her guilt is now surely beyond dispute. Speak with Yugiri to hear her thoughts on the mission. She promises to attend to the aftermath of your hunt, leaving you free to report your recent adventures to Minfilia back at the Rising Stones. Minfilia is shocked to learn of Eileen Royale's arrest and accusation that have been brought against her. Setting aside her dismay, she informs you that the Scions have made progress in their quest to gain entry to Iceheart Sanctum. A simple plan. Oh, were that ever true. It would seem that Minfilia's claims of progress on the matter of finding a way into Iceheart Sanctuary are somewhat premature. After a lengthy discussion with Orangier, the antecedent has concluded that the Scions in Revenant's Toll lack the expertise to develop a solution and must therefore turn to another for assistance. A Charlian. Charlian?
Charlian.
Charlian, okay. A Charlian colleague who is currently en route to Mordona. Minfilia invites you to accompany her to the northern gates where she intends to greet the newcomer's arrival. Oh man, we're so close to getting the last wretch. Oh boy. Oh, that's right, the carriages all float.
It's a lot easier.
Hello. Yes, you. Hi. Angry-looking woman. Hello.
Am I right?
I love her voice, though.
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and to thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
She's one of my favorite characters, if you can imagine.
Oh, I can. I can imagine quite well. It's Moonbreeder. Moen!
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
You just kick him. Like, he's right there.
Right there.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
White auracite. Joe.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits, and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
Lucky.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oh ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. Go on.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
Nuh-uh.
You still haven't found it then? Your missing Aetherite.
It's just like, no. I wasn't talking about sex. I was talking about how we needed you to help all of us do this stuff. That's what was in the letter. That's what's up.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly.
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult. And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetheryte. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
The only thing that jumps to my mind is that, like, what if this is what they were expecting you to do, and you send this massive surge of ether down to wherever their base is in an attempt to recreate the crystal so that you can jump there, and all they do is catch it and use it to summon their fucking primal.
You really think that 2 people thought of this gobbledygook? You think somebody else thought of this?
You know what? That's a very good point.
That's pretty fucking eccentric.
Oh man, 4
An
cutscenes
idea.
in this one.
Big deal.
Now, what's the end of this particular patch? Or does it go all the way to the end?
Let us cling together.
Let us cling together. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna take us, and then we're gonna wrap it because it is already approaching 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Engage the gobbledygook generator.
Yeah, and then the rest of it you can do next time you stream it. Right?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna be doing it tomorrow to see if we can just wrap this.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hey guys, thanks for volunteering me for another mission with suicidal odds of survival again. Those driven to the brink of despair are... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's... Hold on, let's go up to the top here. According to Minfilia, Alphanode has asked to speak with you before you join your fellow Scions inside Snowcloak, where preparations of Moenbreda's plan are already underway. Although she believes with all her heart that you will survive, she is nevertheless thanks you for all that you have done in service to the realm. Bid farewell to the antecedent and rendezvous with Alphanode at Snowcloak. Oh, fuck. Everybody give your energy to the thing, and then we're going to use that to send this idiot to their base.
Yeah.
There, it's ready. Ha! It worked! I think. No, don't. Try attuning to the aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Oh, I don't like this. We have done all we can, Gregor. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the graces of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. I believe you will survive, but I'm gonna need a will from you before you leave for unrelated reasons.
Alright, hold on.
This... Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, the can be accessed in the Duty Finder. Is the next video a part of that?
Skip.
Yep.
Skip.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep. Alright, cool.
Read, hold on. Read until it says to do the thing.
Okay.
Instruments of our deliverance.
Yeah. Accompanied by Alphinoda and Moenbrita, you journey to the heart of Snowcloak, where the assembled Scions channel their ether into the thing. Yep. Given the likelihood that Iceheart is now aware of your plans and making haste to complete the summoning ritual, Alphinoda advises you to assemble a party of battle-hardened adventurers capable of felling Shiva if necessary. However, before you do so, he bids you speak with the stalwart Temple Knight, who bears a missive from Sir Emmerich addressed to you. Oh, shit. And thank you for the subscription, KC! 36 months! Thank you so much. It's good to see you.
Also, there's a raffle.
There is a raffle going on if you want in on that. Whew. So yeah, what's his face? Sir Emmerich gave us a letter. The Lord Commander of the Temple Knights is appreciative of your efforts, and he prays that Halone will see you safely home. Call upon your allies, place your faith in Moenbrita's plan, and put an end to Iceheart's crusade.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's do this.
The Akafa Amphitheater. No, don't.
Amen.
Just hit
Something was asking me if I wanted to teleport to Limsa lower decks, and I was
yeah, because Esteban teleported out, and we were in a party with him still.
Oh. Oh, and then here it is.
Yep. That's why I was like, nope, up, up.
Up, 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 up.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace.
Uh-huh.
A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
The music, though.
We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Clad as usual, I see.
There was one point where Shiva had full plate mail.
Really?
Yep. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2.
Nice.
Yeah, she was great looking.
Yeah. Beans, I came here to defeat you, but I have a condition that's acting up. You just give me a moment, please.
Alright, I'm gonna have to tell you how to do things as we do them. You are not the main tank.
Okay.
Somebody, the other tank dove in. So, leave...
Oh, I'm also
do not put your tank stance on.
Oh, do not?
Nope.
Copy?
Not if you're off tank, do not put it on.
Alright, I will stand back and remove it.
Okay, you see the circles on the ground?
Yep.
Don't be in the circles.
Don't stand in the circles.
Oh, you
Copy
got-
that. Oh boy.
She's got a sword and shield. Yeah, we were supposed to all tank that damage. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a stack thing. I didn't know she did it in fucking normal mode.
That's okay.
Whew.
Do I gather these?
Yeah.
Okay. Gather
Off tank gets ads. Yeah. And then this is the GPS check as well.
Copy.
We have to kill them before she does a thing.
Oh god, I got none of that.
Fine.
I'm okay.
The other healer is not. Hopefully the red mage will resurrect her, but it
Oh
looks like,
Jesus, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's my bad. I'm gonna move over here.
You're good.
Just to help. Shit. I'm gonna turn that off. There you go.
Alright. Fuck.
Ha!
Ah! I slammed my book closed at the same second.
Oh, you did? Yeah, look at that. And scattered them like dust in the wind.
And then she flicked her fucking healer and it all exploded, and it was the best time.
Alright. You're up, Gunbreaker. Let's do this. Oh, shit. Damn it.
Alright, watch which pattern they go in.
Yep.
Go to the one that blows up first.
Get out.
I think this was the first difficulty jump. Because this is decidedly harder than Rama.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
That would be a get in the middle thing.
Yep.
Actually, no, it wouldn't. It was an AoE.
Oh my gosh. Sure. Alright.
Streamlabs failed to be. Some problems.
Yeah, Mango Tone failed to give that to KC. Yeah, I don't know why it's having problems. Failed to give the stuff, and then Naradazuma also failed. That's weird. Yeah, we got a bot now. And then, yeah, Oh, it's because KC hasn't been watching the stream for over 20 minutes. So the system is like, no, she's not real. She might be a bot. She might be something fake. So she's not allowed to interact with any of our features.
For 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes. You have to be in it for 20 minutes in order for it to fucking stop it. And then allow that.
Yeah, and it's not something we can change. As we have been able to tell so far.
Yeah. And thus far, yeah, I haven't figured out how to change it. Sorry. And that was the end of that, where she turned back into, like, a person. Oh, you're still alive. Cool.
Yeah, surprising. I was surprised.
What's up?
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of Light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
Oh. That is...
Says Ice Heart.
Yeah, the Ice Heart was saying that. That's normally what What's-Her-Face says.
That's what Giant Rock Mom says.
Yeah, Rockmon says that to us. What? Don't worry, Casey. It's going to easily be 20 minutes before the next Raggerfall, so... before the end of the stream when we hold it, so don't worry.
And so the vessel withdraws. A predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
So it seems like the Astians don't even like La Habrea.
Yeah, they're not fans. Okay. And then it's gonna be that. Alright, so real quick.
I'm gonna switch here. Yeah.
Let's get the coffee table off of me here. The road less traveled. Seeing little point in pondering the implications of your tale in Corthus, Moen Breda declares that she and the others will return to the Rising Stones. Before you join them, journey to White Brim Front and inform Alphanode that you are still alive, among other things.
Yeah, you still owe me $12.
I'm still alive, and I'm still pissed at you.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgardsormr could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
There's a cat on the books.
There's a cat on the books? I can't see it.
Move the window.
There we go. No. God damn it, Jaskar. Just put that back over there. Hey, KC. I'm thinking I have a mask. I am edgy.
Jaskar's laughing his ass off.
because this is a good game. Excuse me. World of Warcraft certainly has a different design about its element. It's a lot... There was a word for it. It's like simplistic in its design. It's a lot more...
cartoonish.
Bold and a bit more cartoonish about the way that it goes doing things, which isn't to say it's worse. It's just different. I do very personally love the way that WoW has designed stuff, but...
It has nothing to do with their design. It's great.
Yeah.
Their visual design.
Yeah.
Great. Their lore's solid, too. It's the game that sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean... It was something that I was talking about with someone the other day, that it's like, you can drink like a shitty old brand of beer and still like it if it makes you feel good.
But you know that it's a shitty old brand of beer. Like
and someone could be like, no, but this beer's better. It's got like more flavor and it's got all this other really cool stuff about it. And you'll be like, yeah, but I like this one. Like this is just
I also
the one
like
that
Ark.
I drink. Yeah. Oh god.
I love that game.
So many problems with that game.
Hot garbage. Why is it 200 gigs? Why?
Yo, why are you 200 gigs? No one needs to be 200 gigs.
When I have, when it is commonplace to have 5 terabytes of space on your computer, when that is the basic computer, then, sure, absolutely. Have a game be 200 gig.
No, exactly.
But right now is not the time.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's like, it's 200 gigs and it still chugs like fucking crazy whenever you're playing it.
Yep. It just wasn't optimized.
Well, that was the thing, is that like games like Ark and Atlas, like they haven't invented the computer that can play those games yet. But like, fucking the balls on them for coming up with the idea. I think games like Ark and Atlas, I would like, even if they had like, I would still play them and enjoy them just as much if they had, like Minecraft style graphics.
Yep. Well, my favorite game ever is Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's 16-bit.
Yeah.
Or no, it's 32-bit.
Yeah,
graphics,
32-bit.
I think.
Yeah.
And it's pixelate.
Yeah. But it's still good. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter how it looks as long as it's good.
If you
it doesn't
have
murder
fun,
your actual eyeballs.
Oh yeah.
Like if it was causing me seizures, then then I'd have a problem with it, no matter how good the game is.
No, exactly. As long as you enjoy it, then play it. Like, however that game brings you joy.
Yep.
As long as it makes you happy, then play a game. Like, that's all it is.
Games
Casey, you said
are for fun.
Yeah, the game is fun. The game is a challenge. And I'm like, Reggie, I need you to just take 10% off of there, man. You're scaring everyone. Casey, you say you're hyped about Shadowlands. Truth be told, I honestly, like, I still like World of Warcraft. I don't fucking care about the story that they're doing with Shadowlands. Like, for me, that is very jumping a shark. For me, personally. Because, like, games like Diablo, with their narrative being specifically about, like, old, the afterlife and spirits and demons and heaven and hell and all that stuff. It's about that stuff, so that when you go to the afterlife in the end of any of those games, it makes sense. Whereas in this, it's like, yeah, so we're gonna go to the Shadowlands. We're gonna go into the afterlife, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm walking away from it. Like, I just, like, hands in the air. Like, I don't care.
I assume that it's their attempt at making a from the ground up world for World of Warcraft.
Yes. They're fully, also, from
why
what
not just make a new one?
From what I've been told, at least from what I've heard, they are also going to be using this expansion as a reset. So, like, after, at least in rumor, they're like, after this expansion, the main world is going to be going forward 10 years, so all of the main areas are going to be possibly redone to be 10 years now in the future. So, like, characters will be more grown up, some things will be moved around. We did see Space Ghost Planet Shaskar. We saw it twice. 3 times, actually, if you count certain things. So, the first expansion goes to Outland. That used to be Draenor. That was one of the planets they lived on. The second time we went was that same place, but in the past, in Warlords of Draenor. And then, at the end of Legion, you go to, like, their original home planet before it got turned into the Legion homeworld, Argus. And I was like, yeah, so that's... Like, you see the Space Goat planet 3 times, technically.
If you want aliens in a fantasy, like a supposedly medieval fantasy universe, just keep playing Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
Because there are.
Yeah. And yes.
Technically, Ascians are.
Yeah, very, very technically, yeah, the Ascians are, like, from another world. And yeah, Casey, I did hear that they've been listening to a lot of people in the betas and the alphas and stuff like that, and that they're doing really well with that. And to that, I say, good for them. But for now, eyes unclouded. The implications of Iceheart's actions are not lost on Alpha Node, who is eager to discuss them with your colleagues at the Rising Stones. Return with him to Mordona and report to Minfilia. More belts.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole.
That is also another, like, dead ringer for the fact that you're playing a Final Fantasy game, is just the amount of belts that are currently present on outfits in general.
There's no belts on that top.
Needless to say,
there's
I am most
one.
eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
Those are just leathered hems.
I was gonna say, like, that's the top that she's wearing is almost entirely belts. Like, look at this.
No, it's leather that's sewn into the garment. A belt is a separate, like...
You mean these
thing.
3 things down here?
I said on her top. I said on her top.
I'm like, that's 1,
Listen.
2, 3, 4, 5, if you're counting that. Like...
Those are strips of leather that are sewn directly into the garment.
Straps?
There's one that really thin belt.
One could argue that is belts. And then there's a lot of
You
belts
are
down here.
arguing.
Yeah. I argue
You're
that those are
currently
indeed several belts.
Excellent. I shall summon the others at once.
Ooh, Working can have white fur. Hype. Yeah, I'm down for that. That's cool.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Yeah, that was,
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
I was very up close and personal to it, so I can guarantee you with pretty certain authenticity that yes, this thing was a primal.
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog XII was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
Oh yeah, that is concerning if you think about it like that.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Boss
Pack your
rush!
things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
There was actually a
About
boss rush.
Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded.
That's
it would
true.
seem
He is
we
a
have
dragon,
yet another
right?
reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Okay. Oh no, there's a bigger cat now sitting there. Oh no.
No, that's a wolf.
Oh,
It's a sea wolf.
Oh god.
I'm a house guard. Keep the sea wolf.
Yeah, was Shiva a primal or something heretofore unseen? Did Iceheart truly become her? And if so, did she retain control? Etc., etc. Yeah, the great worm that perished at the battle of Silver Tear Skies. That Ishgardian astrologian sphere may soon rise from the dead. And what's the end of this one?
Let us cling together.
Let us cling together. Okay, so we're getting close. We're almost there. Minfilia has scarcely begun to tell you of her intent to study the Great Worm, Midgard-Zormr, when some manner of commotion erupts just outside the Solar. Do as the antecedent bids and see if aught is amiss.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Okay. Everyone seems troubled. Look, it seems like regardless of that, there was a lot of different stuff going on. A clearly agitated Alphinaud informs you that Eileen Relin has somehow managed to slip her confines and she's escaped. He believes that the disgraced Flame Marshal means to flee to her Imperial Masters at Castra Meridium, make haste to Camp Blue Fog in northern Thanalan, and join Ilbrid and the first unit in the hunt for the fugitive. You arrive at the camp to the news that Eileen passed through scarcely a bell before. Follow Captain Ilbert to the nearby ceruleum processing plant, the next notable landmark on the way to the Meridium.
Did you play the cutscene?
I did play this cutscene. Had nothing to do with
that's it?
everything that was going on here.
Alright, dope.
Yeah, you overtake her at Robon's push, but not before she's joined by her Imperial allies. Undeterred, you stand shoulder to shoulder with the Crystal Braves and the Shinobi of Doma and engage the enemy, succeeding at length in overwhelming the Garleans and recapturing the fugitive. wholly unrepentant, she greets the subsequent arrival of Elphanode with a hail of vitriol and is lambasted by Ilbred for her shamelessness before being dragged away. Like, lambasted.
Yep.
Like, I'm sure it's a word and it has meaning, but like, Jesus, like, really shake the thesaurus out for that one. Ask Elphanode for his thoughts on the heated exchange. He seems troubled. Though the sordid business of the Ivy is concluded, it has plainly left an unpleasant taste in his mouth.
Yeah,
Not unlike my boot.
What?
And here we go. Elphanode informs you that he and Ilbred are planning on questioning this person before reporting their findings to Rauban. While they conduct their interrogation, you're to return to the Rising Stones and inform Minfilia of all that has occurred.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
I wouldn't have got that name.
Why you?
Ryu? No! Stop it. Good, we never have to fucking hear from her again.
Yeah, I was like, Squeenix,
fucking jail. Great,
stop.
Thank you.
Stop it,
Together with
Squeenix.
Robon, Eileen lent us
Okay, I love
much
you,
needed aid at
Boniface,
the
but
time of
Jesus
our order's
Christ.
founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat.
Mariange is my
When we
limit.
discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether.
Oh yeah, a blade composed of pure flavor.
Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the Aurosite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Oh, she getting some!
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
No, it's not even Ryu, it's Huayu. Like...
Huayu?
Fucking...
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald.
Oh,
But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Huayu.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, He used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varys Osgalvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me.
She was a busy lady. Holy shit.
By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune.
Once you betray your organization and start selling information, start selling it with abandon?
I guess.
I fucking guess so.
How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! One day I will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Eat the rich!
Basically.
Nice. Yeah, nice! I assure you, I'm missing nothing, Tonberry.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
Is that sugar?
I'm sure it's some sort
I
of cake.
fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long. Has the situation grown so grim? Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds. A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped, but as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah. The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order, and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah. Your Grace, are you certain of this? There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Rauban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
So she's going to dissolve the monarchy as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna dissolve it all. Turn it into a republic.
What monarch has ever said that?
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Yep. That's some steep shit.
Zero monarchs.
This is true. I can't think of a monarchy that willingly dissolved itself.
Like, it was their idea.
Yeah, she may be a figurehead, but that course of action takes balls to do. Yeah, you're right, Esteban.
She's no longer a figurehead if she decides there isn't one anymore.
Precisely. And then tomorrow we'll pick up on Good Intentions. That's where we'll pick up tomorrow. But we have ourselves a Regaful today to look
X out of
into.
that. X out of that.
Okay, I'm gonna X out of that.
There you go. There you go. So you don't have, like, quest names spoiling shit.
Just gonna scrooch over here. I heard that Shaskar got stuck behind the furniture.
He was glitching through shit.
As a cat is wont to do. Alright. So. Then he's stuck in a statue now. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and have a sit.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Alright, so, for you, ladies and gentlemen, as I screen lock, yeah, look at the picture in the Occultist Discord. Order of Occultist Discord.
Be careful of that Discord. It does have an NSFW section.
I am very... Almost makes this photo NSFW. Oh, and then there it is. There's, yeah, those... the Shaskity was stuck behind the furniture again. There it is. Let's open that up. I'll bring that over here. Yes, there's me reading. There's Esteban sitting there watching me read. And there's Shaskar stuck behind the fucking furniture. Son of a bitch! Alright, so... having a look at this, for our current giveaway, only 2 people have presently entered. Palanthier has entered with 2 tickets, and KC has entered with 5. I'm going to give you guys another 3 minutes to 11:50. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to get some tickets in on this. I'm going to bring this
Sweet
right
Jesus,
up.
Tonberry.
Let's move that. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to move this over here and start getting this area ready. Oh, shit. Oh, I want to do that. Cool. You can't see me.
Yeah, she's sitting between us.
Oh, yeah. That.
Oh, there.
Well, I'm gone. I have disappeared. I have disappeared within Esteban.
Hot. Oh my god, Shaskar!
And
everybody's sitting here!
KC, for the prize in our Ragaful today is 3 different games. You can see the titles of which are directly below my camera here. You have the Yogg, the Witness, the Window Box. So those are 3 games. They all had the in the title. All 3 of these games were donated to us, by the way, by Calendros. So big ol' thanks to Calendros for giving us these games to raffle off to you guys. And I'm very happy not only that we have these here, but it gives us here at Evil Incorporated the opportunity to give something back to you at home for your support to us, of course, because all of the donations that we receive go to keeping the lights on here at Evil Inc., keeping us alive and keeping us well. So thank you again, everybody, for your donations and your support. If you want to know anything about these games, please feel free to look them up on Steam. But we don't have much longer now. We've got about another minute before I close this up for the people that want to check these out.
Ragaful.
Doing them dances. Rolling it in. Someone's drag racing outside.
How fast do they have to run?
What?
How fast do they have to run?
Are you referring to RuPaul's Drag Race?
No, I was referring to a joke that my dad made like 20 years ago. It's a drag race. How fast do they have to run?
I don't get it.
In a race. Because it's a race.
Yeah.
People would have to run.
People racing cars. Racing also happens in cars.
That's the joke, Doc. Thanks.
I still don't get it. But thank you either way for sharing a 20-year-old unfunny joke that no one knows but you.
Alright.
I don't know. I guess I'm stupid. I'm missing it.
No, you made it. You got the connection. Drag queen race, like it's drag race. They run.
Okay. So the joke was it is a race between drag queens on foot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I've been to the drag race.
I thought
how
there was
fast
like,
do they run?
yeah, because they got a drag stuff behind them or something, or it's like, but like, I'm like, all I can think of is like, yeah, it's a drag race, so it's like cars racing in the streets, but they're being driven by drag queens.
No.
And the cars are extra fancy. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
but I'd watch that.
I would also watch that. Like I'd watch the shit out of that.
And
especially
like
if the
extra
cars
points are
were
awarded.
also like fucking jazzed up.
And like extra points are awarded at the end for how much of the like gaudy crap stayed on that car at the end of the race.
Oh fuck yeah.
People could win just by that because like it was so close. But this fellow's got 5 extra points.
Yep. It's like this adds a few seconds to their time because their outfit stayed there. Their entire car kept all of the stuff on it.
Yep. Well.
Everybody's dancing. All right, so we're going to close up. We're going to close that up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to close entries. We got 2 for Planthier, and we got 5 for KC. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, our first game on this list, the Yogg. Our winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Planthier. Congratulations. You've won yourself a copy of the Yogg. I'm going to write that down. All right. And if I like can he win again or well, let's find out. And coming up next for a copy of The Witness. Our winner, ladies and gentlemen, is The Killing Chick! Congratulations, Casey. You've won yourself a copy of The Witness on Steam. All of these game keys will be sent to you after the show. All right. And last but not least, for a copy of The Window Box, our winner is Gotta remove both people and pick a new winner. It's Planthier! Congratulations! Well, I didn't do a double take. I completely forgot, Planthier, that you had put your name in, that 2 of the tickets were yours. And so I was like, Planthier, and I was like, oh god, did Planthier enter? Like, was it from a previous stream that, like, it's glitched and carried over or something? I was like, oh god, don't tell me this is happening. But then it was fine. So congratulations, everybody, on your winnings.
Was Shaskar drum rolling?
What?
Was Shaskar drum rolling?
Yeah. Was he?
Do it again.
Do it again?
Yeah. Come on, Bard. Do Bard things.
Oh, he's getting the drum. There he is.
Oh, that's him pressing the button every time.
Yeah,
I can hear his fucking.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can hear his controller.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can make your own music and shit in this game if you're a bard.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Bunk, 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 bunk. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming out to our live stream today. This has been fantastic. I'm glad that we got everybody out here, that we had ourselves a good time. So a big thank you to all of you viewers who came out to watch. Thanks again as well for the bits and donations, for your subscriptions and follows and all that biz. And yeah, And thank you, Spooty Poots, for coming out and putting in the hours, helping me try to understand this game better.
And I'm Spooty Poots.
Yeah. And we will be back again with more of this tomorrow to wrap up the last of the A Realm Reborn stuff before we get into the first expansion of Heaven's Word. But until next time, my bravest citizens, I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is our Lair 4.0, and I'll see you again tomorrow on our next live stream. End of line.